Nice to meet you. I love the shirts. I saw it.
In a world where entrepreneurship is such a competitive market, why would you want your business to fail? You don't. It's that simple. You put time, energy, resources, everything into your business. So when we found out that cards, comics, tabletop, and video game stores struggle when it comes to marketing, we thought it was a huge issue. Whilst doing local research, we discovered that these shops often have no online presence, no website, and if they do, it's subpar, or very, very little active social media. Now, whilst doing research done by Espo now, we discovered that just by having a website can increase your sales by 22%. Having any form of online presence will increase brand awareness by 60%. Not to mention, your customer will check out your product online before making a purchase 99% of the time. So it's often like a no-brainer when it comes to online presence. Here at Star Geek Marketing, we aim to fix this problem for these companies and make them go bigger and bigger. Star Geek Marketing, soaring your store to the stars. Let's meet our team. I'm Vincent Jimenez, the CEO.
I am Sidon Castellan, the CMO.
I'm Jose Estrada, the CTO.
I'm Jason Gonzalez, the secretary.
And I'm Ian Martinez, the CFO.
Customer problems. So the problems customers are facing are not having enough time to advertise themselves and get active into the world.
And our solution is providing quality website management, development, social media management, and graphic design and video design.
Now, for our unique ad, it's going to be more cost efficient. People are going to be able to customize their order. It's going to be easily accessible, and it's going to be easy to manage. It's also going to have exclusivity. Now, with our competitors, we are more reliable than Power and Loops because we are industry specific. We also do web development, unlike Power, but Loop does it too. Now, all the companies do have hands-on marketing, but the one thing we do have is conventions.
Now, here we move on to our customer personas. On the left, you see Tommy Smith. He's on social media, but he has little to no time. And on the right, you see John Carmichael, who is not on social media and has plenty of time. We want these people as customers because they are lacking in a specific area, such as time or creativity. Now, here's also our Get, Keep, Grow. We get them through advertisements and conventions. We keep them by giving them specific deals and offers on convention booths and certain deals off of certain items and packages. We grow them by getting their brand more aware and also putting ourselves out there even more. Now, here's our channels too. Of course, like I mentioned, in the future, we want to go to conventions and possibly make them, which we will bring up later. We will communicate with them via social media and emails also.
Okay, so here's our cost structure. So we start with our TAM, SAM, and SOM. So there are 45,000 stores all across the United States, and our average price will be $450, and the units sold will be 549,000, and our revenue will come out to $247 million. And in the United States, the big states, California, Texas, Florida, New York, there are 2,000 stores total, and the units we would sell will be 24,000, and we'll make $10 million. And if we had 5% market share, our year one revenue would be $543,000. So for our first year, our earnings before cost would be $543,000, and our net income would come up to $200,021. And our SG&A, so year one, $267,000, year two, $295,000, year three, $381,000. And the graph on the left shows up our startup costs, where it will go into, and on the right, our big revenue here, and that's our chunk of our SG&A we would spend on sales commissions and other selling costs, salaries, and marketing costs. And our revenue streams, so we will make money by people buying our packages to get our services, and then we will host conventions and people will buy our booths, and we will get money from that.
Now, here's our packages. On the left, we have our lowest costing package, which is our Smash package, which is $80, which offers graphical ads, animated ads, and a 5% discount on future convention booths. On our far right, we have our Crash Pass, which costs $250, which we still give you graphical ads and a discount on convention booths, but we also add social media management. Now, in our middle, which is our mediator slash would be our most purchased, is our Bang package, which costs $450. You get social media management, website redesign and management, and graphical ads, and a 15% discount on future booths.
Moving on to our items. So for our items, the items would consist of websites, logos, graphic designs, advertisements, and banners.
So here are our biggest assumptions. Since our market is so niche, our turnover rate might be much different than other stores. Also, buying customers. Like we said, a lot of these people do not have a lot of publicity, so they might not have as much income as other stores to actually purchase our services.
Now, for our key metrics. For the first year, we want to have at least 1,000 customers and 1 convention star.
Moving on to our advertisement.
Welcome to the future of fandom marketing. Welcome to Geek Marketing. Are you looking to level up your brand in the world of comics, trading cards, video games, and tabletop adventures? We specialize in bringing your passion to the right audience. At Geek Marketing, we craft targeted campaigns that speak directly to the geek culture. From digital strategies to convention activations, we make sure your brand stands out in the crowd. We connect your brand with the community, wherever they are. Social media, influencer partnerships, and interactive events, Geek Marketing has you covered. Ready to power up your brand? Visit us at startgeekmarketing.com and let's get started today. Click now and get a free consultation.
So this is our landing page. Our landing page would consist of booking appointments. If you need a free quote, or we advertise a free quote. If you need some convincing, we would also provide convincing, which would consist of previous advertisements and our video advertisement.
In a world where kids and young adults are so into technology that it's with them everywhere, their phones, their computers, their laptops, everything in this generation revolves around technology. So why you, as a business owner, neglect that area of your business? You shouldn't. Here at Geek Marketing, we hope to help you guys and everyone else around you get bigger and bigger. Geek Marketing, selling your sales to the stars.
Visuals. I've been doing this for years here. This is the best visuals I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You know that. You
Since
guys, however you collaborate and do this, it is amazing. Wow. So I took that bottom comment, proper use of visual elements, impact value. I'll give it a 10 plus because I don't know what to do. I could score the whole thing on that. You guys are possibly, though, overlooking many different markets you could represent. I think that the crazy Bernie's furniture guy would have used you to do stuff for him, when he was around. There was a lot of different businesses, so I don't know. I like that you're focusing on something you're passionate about and your problem you're trying to identify and then bring a solution to. I think it'll limit you because you guys are bigger than this market. As far as doing your own conventions, I'm going to segue to another comment. Have any of you ever been to Comic-Con?
So I have not personally been to Comic-Con, but I have attended the Fresno County Fair, more than a couple of times. Usually, somewhere in there, they will include something like a small niche comic or card booth, but it's not as big or can be comparable to the rest of it. But we have heard of multiple different conventions throughout Fresno, actually, that aren't marketed and are more word by mouth. So and I don't think we mentioned this, but we also want to, in the future, market for those conventions too.
It's a noble endeavor because you're looking to bring up something to another level that isn't doing it themselves. That's noble. At the same time, as an entrepreneurial endeavor, you want to capitalize on every way that you can make money. So I'm saying that to say, continue to think about those things and maybe have a phase 2. Maybe have a phase 3. Maybe
We definitely, that's why we used to be called Central Valley Cards and Comics because we only focused on cards and comic shops. But then we realized that's going to limit our demographic a little bit. So we switched to Star Geek Marketing so we can actually expand our demographic if needed to, or later down the line when we have more funding.
As I was commenting, if you hear me, I see you jump with an answer. You're passionate. This is in you. This is real. You have the E factor. You got the entrepreneurial factor right here. This is what we're looking for. I just think that keep working on it. And again, you can work a whole phase 2 out that you guys are the ones behind it, and it does a whole different market. And another, like you can continue with what you can create. Start with this. If this one will get you off the starting blocks, if this one won't get you off the starting blocks, hold this aside, make this a phase 2. Do something else, but broaden maybe. And so I did some work for a company that does board games called Squirrel something. Do you guys know?
Yeah, I know that. I know the
The
show.
Crazy Squirrel.
I think so. Yes.
Something like that. They don't have. I mean, you can't even get a hold of them. You can't. And there's these game nights they have there. They had to have a traffic analysis from the city of Fresno to get zoned because they had so many people coming to play these board games there on these certain nights. And so I know that this is it's an underserved market that you're offering something to, and that's noble. Again, I'm saying it's noble. Just remember, it's all about how much you can get and how much you can make. You can do the noble cause, and you can still find a way to derive greater value and income, and then help that cause. That's great. I was really surprised they didn't have a website. I was surprised they didn't have anything that was even electronic, any apps. And just board games, people just showing up. And these are geeks. These are quiet people that like to play their role-play games and stuff like that. To them, it's a big deal. So you're seeing something. I would say, if you find somebody that's willing to come alongside you, I think all 5 of you should go to Comic-Con.
We were actually we want to go. We were invited to actually go and film for a convention. Unfortunately, it was too short notice, and none of us could make it in time. But we have had offers of people who have to go in there, and we're actually thinking about the next Fresno convention that comes up. After I get the name of it, we're going to go to it, and we're going to go tell ourselves to other people and kind of do like a mini elevator pitch to the other businesses we're going to want to work with.
Because you could end up with a booth at Comic-Con is what I'm saying. Before you get to conventions that you're doing and how you will make that work, you can start there.
Yeah, because
anyway, I'm dominating too much.
Yeah, I'm in this space, so
yeah.
I know you guys know I'm in this space, so you already know that I know that the target market you're going for is there. I know that you can branch out and do anime cons, game cons as well as comic conventions. So it is already broader just by its nature. Like we said, there's a lot of toy stores and things like that. I can introduce you to the people that do the comic conventions here. See, going to Comic-Con is definitely phase 2, but even definitely attending the anime cons, gaming cons, and comic cons here locally, I can introduce you to those people. Now that I know you're ready to do that, we can actually make that happen. You know I'm in this space. I took down some really good notes about some of your slides, where you actually need some wording on the slides that you're speaking to us. I think, obviously, as you know, I've been guiding you through this presentation. It's amazing, it's fantastic, it's animated, it's over the top. You guys all bring the energy. Your branding, your apparel branding is just blew my mind with that today. with all your roles in there too, CTO. Amazing. So this is definitely a lane that you can go in. I think another lane will probably organically happen for you, but staying passionate here, and I think you have a really good understanding of, I like your assumption, that you understand that they may not be able to afford you, and then you may have to pivot based off of your target audience. I'm willing to make some introductions.
Thank you.
So I have a question about the conventions. So so you're marketing, first of all, back up, everything they said, like, I just love that. It reminded me of like the old, like, pow, bam, like our old Batman that I used to watch when I was a kid. So I love the colors and the brightnesses. So it was a lot of fun. And the energy, you guys all spoke, you all knew what you're talking about, so I really appreciate that. On your convention, is the idea that you're helping, I'm confused about how the booths at the convention work. Are you guys hoping to host your own convention? Are you hoping to have a booth at your convention? Or are you hoping to market these comics and cards and games so they have people that come to their booth at the convention?
Okay, so we actually, later on in the future, we plan to host our own conventions so that when other companies want to showcase and bring themselves, we can also make money off of that by selling them booths. And that's actually part of our keep, is that if they have a package with us, we will discount their booth entry fee.
So I think explain that a little bit more, because I saw the 15% off the convention booth, but I just wasn't really clear on, because I've been a presenter at a convention, I've attended conventions, and I wasn't sure like which role, or were you just trying to get people to the convention? So I just maybe you want to be a little bit more clear on the convention piece. And then appreciate these citing the source. Okay, me with the data and whatever. One thing, when you go back to your customer problems, I just consider you may want to think about, you talked about the customer problem being time, but then when you went to so you said, I don't have time. So this is where I was looking at. In your pitch, you said subpar to little marketing. So subpar doesn't mean necessarily they may have time, they're just not very good at it. And then later on, you talked about how the problems, there's something like time and creativity. I would just make sure on here that, because it really is more than just time, right? Because you guys explained it a little bit later on, the creativity piece. But I was just thinking, I just think more of alignment when you talk about subpar, that they may have time to just not be very good at it. So just maybe I would just maybe think and consider about adding to this something also about time or creativity, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't have the skill set, or something like that. So that'll show off that you guys can come in and help provide not only the time piece, but the skill set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Wow. You have a talented group. I've been doing this for over 3 years of judging, and your presentation is genuine. I've never seen anything like that since I've been here at the community. You took me to a whole other level of persuasion and sales. I would love to use your marketing services right now. So you sold me, and everything. I asked you last week to level up. You leveled up. Thank you. I really don't have that much to say instead of just saying that it's amazing. But also, can you go to your price points of your services?
Oh, our costs?
Yeah, what you charge the client.
Okay, so it's over here.
It's very low. I mean, I would use your services right now and not blink an eye of paying this much. You could disagree.
I pay $600 for 4 examples of logos through Alpha Graphics. $600 for 4.
Yeah.
I've got other guys that can do it cheaper, but this is all too low for that. I wasn't even going to get to that yet. But
We do all of this, obviously, because we're your competitors, and they may go to you, but we charge way more than that.
Yeah, the thing really, the only positive feedback and criticism is you have talents that I've not seen here, and you're undervaluing yourself and your services. They should be more. That's all I'm going to say. You can talk to Mr. T, and he can help you, even though he's a direct competitor. I'm sure he can still help you. But guys, you have a lot of talent on the team. Oh my gosh. That's all I can say. Great job. Just keep up the good work. You leveled up within a week, and you took back my feedback and your teachers' feedback, and you leveled up. So thank you so much.
Living improvement package while we're on that screen. So these are sometimes going to be a one-time sale, these packages.
Yeah, they could be from month to month, or if someone wants to buy it once and then just renew it next month.
Let me just say that these packages, I'm just looking for perpetual revenue, and perpetual revenue is going to be in the social media, the webmaster, the hosting, and especially the social media. That's where old guys my age are all asking each other, who do we go to for social media to get ourselves out there and keep it going? We don't know. We don't know who does it, who can do it well, and who can really get us to the top, and we don't get sold line goods. So that kind of stuff I think should be a separate package or something that's done in a way that becomes, if this is your in road to get people in because you're coming in low, you can still raise them up and you'll still be low. Get them in there, then lock them in when you get the social media working for them, and it'll go crazy. People will tell each other. They'll tell each other about you because of that. And seniors, people ask, "Hey, who did your thing?" When they see it and buy their thing, they'll go, "Who did your thing? I have a business and I want to do that too." That's how that'll go. So look at that for perpetual revenue.
Just probably for Chris, obviously you guys killed it. You guys did that. How you guys are looking, how you stand, and how you move forward is really impressive. Something I've recently learned, body language is huge. So having your palms out towards your audience, not in your pockets or folded in front of you. Just put them off to your side, like kind of if you're ready to listen to whatever, move forward, your chest up, shoulders. You guys, when you walked in, you were like, I don't know if that was a play or you guys were like trying to like fool us, but you're not confident when you walk in, but when you're in front of the stage, you guys are like next level. Like I am. You guys should go home tonight. Just know alone, like your stage presence is literally professional. And so I'm very proud of that. Your tonality and your way to communicate to people, it's really good. So you guys are. I can tell that everyone else is saying the same thing. So I'm putting my email on here because I really would like to give you guys some. I don't want to give you any negative feedback right now, but there definitely is a lot of room for improvement. I'm to the point where I would literally pay for you guys to go to Comic-Con, and because I think if this is something that you guys are sincerely wanting to do, you guys would kill it. I know you wouldn't take that money for granted. So that's what you have from somebody who's just looking at you for the first time. And then one thing I will say before I'll stop is I know because I owned a restaurant and I used to get to the bottom line. All kinds of people would market us about spending money. I was marketed from $10,000 for setup fees to like $3,000 a month. It was crazy what people wanted us to spend for social media. When you say social media management, just listen to that for a second. If you're going to have over 1,000 accounts, social media management is very intense because everyone has a language they're speaking. Right? So I'm going to want you to speak our language on social media, which means you're communicating with our customer. I would have that in its own bucket, and that's where I would be charging the larger fees for businesses that have multiple locations. I'm also a believer in niche marketing. I don't think you guys should go into other markets. I think you should stay in comics. I think there's a big enough space here, there's a big enough pool of money for this. I know a guy who used to give money, or used to finance trucks, 18-wheelers, and that's all he financed. And now he finances just a hybrid 18-wheelers. The guy's a multi-millionaire. You stay in a niche, you get to know that niche, and that way you're more plug and play. Because you're going to have a back, all kinds of templates that you can just put onto somebody that is going to be their wow factor for their community, right? And it's just a niche market. Don't be scared of that. I love the ambition to grow. Again, open a different division when you can do that. But having a niche market that you guys are passionate about is what I would be investing in.
I stand corrected. I agree with that. Yeah, because it's like you said, as they grow, they think about different brand voices. You know, if they stay in this one lane, comics and anime, and all, it's a lot of the same brand voice. They don't have to pivot how they speak because we all speak that language in comics and cartoons and animation and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I think this is timely too. So I really am putting my email on there. I don't know who you're working with. Whoever you're working with is awesome because you guys are way above the curve. I sincerely mean that.
To further add on to your guys' comments about social media, I think to cut down on time, for our items, if you want to go to that real quick, Vincent. All of this, we also include social media management as a solo product too, but that and some, if you want more advanced websites, those are of course quotable because they're constantly fluctuating hours. Plus it's constantly fluctuating content. So those would still remain an item. And you guys are totally right. I think that is where we would probably get our most money. But yeah, you guys are totally right. That is one of our singular items.
Well, I'm gonna. This is a repeat. Everybody, excellent presentation. Thank you very much. I think the graphic language fits your niche, right? So that's awesome. I was curious if you could go to the slide where you look at how many stores there are in the U.S. Yeah. So what would you? So you say about California, Texas, or New York? Would that be the states that you would try to expand to first, or is that just an example?
These states actually have the largest amount of this number. So these 4 states are the 4 biggest states of these demographic, which includes. So those are the stores that we want to expand to first because they host the biggest, not only just conventions, but also stores and many others in our demographic. So they host our main target.
Okay, great. And to get to that $10 million, let's say, how many of those 24,000 do you need as customers?
Can you repeat that question?
So when you say, hey, we're expecting $10 million in revenue, right? So what percentage of your stores would you assume would be part of your customer base?
It's 2,000.
it looks like 2012, but that's 2012.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for clarifying that.
I was also kind of confused.
Okay.
I thought it was the same thing. I was like, I only have a year there.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
So you're thinking you're gonna get like
Maybe
10%?
Around.
Less than 10%?
A little bit, yeah, around.
Okay. That's easy. That's base. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.